Okay, so a musical theater group has determined that if they price tickets at X dollars a piece, their revenue R is modeled by the function R of X equals 3000X minus 100X squared. And you should recognize that function as a quadratic function. And I'm going to write it in sort of the standard way we write a quadratic with the x squared term first. And the vertex of a quadratic, which is what we're asked to find in part A, is always found at, the vertex is called h comma k, and h is found at negative b over 2a. So now we plug in the value of b and the value of a, and we have negative 3000 over 2 times negative 100, which is 3000 over 200 3000 divided by 200 is 15. So that is the h coordinate of my vertex. The k coordinate I get by plugging the h coordinate into my original function. R of 15 would be negative 100 times 15 squared plus 3000 times 15, which is 22,500. What does the x coordinate tell you about this situation? So that 15 is an x coordinate for this function, and they told us that x represents the price of tickets. So the x coordinate, h equals 15, means revenue is maximized at $15 per ticket. And then part C says, what does the y coordinate tell you? That's the 22,500. And that represents a revenue, and it is the maximum revenue, $22,500. Okay, C, what did that was C? Okay. D, find the zeros of R. Okay, so zeros happen when a function equals 0. That's why they're called zeros. So we set R of x equal to 0, and I get negative 100x squared plus 3000 x equals 0. And then to solve this equation, I could either use the quadratic formula or factor, or I could graph it and look for x-intercepts on my calculator. I am going to go ahead and factor it. So I'm going to pull out a negative 100x. So I'm left with x plus 3000 divided by negative 100, be negative 30. X minus 30. So then I set each factor equal to 0, either negative 100x equals 0, or x minus 30 equals 0. And we get x equals 0 and x equals 30. And then finally, part E, what do the zeros tell you about this situation? Well, these are the prices at which revenue will be 0. $0 and $30 cause revenue, which is the money coming in, to be $0, right? So if you charge nothing for tickets, you don't make any money. You don't have any money coming in. And if you charge $30 for tickets, they cost so much that nobody will buy them. And again, you have 0 revenue.